Good
the film
move.
came out.
In the early hours of this morning on Hollywood's famous Sunset Boulevard, Hugh Grant was seen by officers from the Los Angeles Vice Squad picking up a known prostitute.
To this day, people talk about the way you handled that situation, which was apologizing.
I don't know about you, but it seems like people are cheating on their partners a lot more these days. Or we just now have the technology to catch more cheaters than ever before. Either way, cheating seems to be a part of life for a lot of people, unfortunately. And celebrities are not immune to this, and seem to be wrapped up in cheating scandals constantly. But there are some cheating scandals that just set the internet on fire. And those are the scandals I'm going to be talking about today. Hey, what's up IO family? It's Mackenzie here, and today on the channel I'm going to be listing the top 10 celebrities that got caught having affairs. And trust me, these are about as juicy as it gets. But before I get into the list, make sure to go down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and want to know when we post more videos just like this one. Starting off at number 10, we have Tristan Thompson on Khloe Kardashian. So Tristan not only cheated on Khloe once, but twice. And both times were very bad. Emphasis on the very. The first incident happened when Khloe was 9 months pregnant and basically about to pop, when TMZ obtained footage of him kissing and doing some other things with two women at a club. And even worse is that Khloe ended up going into labor with their child only a few days after this broke. And since Khloe didn't want to ruin the moment, he was still present for the birth, even though there was some serious side-eye from her sisters. And after the scandal, they ended up getting back together. But then a few months later, Tristan got himself into another cheating scandal when it was reported that Tristan had hooked up with Jordyn Woods, who was Kylie Jenner's best friend at the time, with Hollywood Unlocked breaking the story that they were all over each other, and Jordyn stayed at his house till the morning. And since Khloe is not the first baby mama he is cheated on, he was rightfully given the nickname Third Trimester Tristan. And apparently now at the time of filming, they are back together again. I guess let's see how it goes this time. I'm not thinking it's gonna be good. Up at number 9, Kevin Hart on Eniko, Parrish. When cheating rumors first came out about Kevin Hart, he aggressively denied them. But then after I guess he felt like he shouldn't lie anymore, he made an Instagram video, weird flex but okay, admitting that it did happen and apologizing to his wife and kids. Then it came out a little while later that Hart was actually being extorted, and someone was allegedly in possession of a video of him cheating and wanted some money to keep quiet. And because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, I saw what I think is the video, and honestly it was not even as close to as juicy as I thought it was gonna be. Pretty much it just shows Kevin in the car with the woman, but nothing's actually happening, so you know he's like probably going to cheat or about to cheat or whatever it is, but like the video isn't actually showing anything, so I don't think it's extortion worthy. Like he might have potentially been able to talk himself out of that one. In at number 8, Arnold Schwarzenegger on Maria Shriver. This one might actually be the craziest in my opinion, and if you don't know of it, you're in for some piping hot tea. So Arnold actually had a child with their family's housekeeper during his marriage. This all came out when the pair announced their separation in 2011 after 25 years of being together. And she was of course their housekeeper back in 1997 at the time of conception. Although it was never really confirmed how much Maria knew, Arnold said in his memoir that she had feelings about the cheating, but the conversations never really happened between them till much later. Although he calls it the worst mistake of his life, the silver lining is that he has a great relationship with his son now, which is really cute. Up at number 7, Kristen Stewart on Robert Pattinson. Kristen and Robert were the hottest couple in Hollywood after the massive success of the Twilight saga that brought them together. But everything changed when images were released of Kristen cheating with the director of the film she was working on, Rupert Sanders. And to make things worse, Sanders was married with children. And after this one was released, it instantly became one of the biggest stories of that year, as no one could believe Kristen would cheat. After the news was set on fire by this, Kristen ended up making a public apology to Pattinson, and they actually ended up getting back together, but did end up splitting later for good. Up at number 6, Hugh Grant on Elizabeth Hurley. This might be the most embarrassing cheating scandal because he couldn't really blame it on being a momentary lapse in judgment or not being able to control himself around someone he actually liked, because when Hugh Grant cheated, he was caught in public with a prostitute who he paid $60 for oral sex. Even worse, since he clearly was not very discreet, he ended up getting arrested for the act for engaging in quote lewd conduct in a public place. And getting arrested being part of a cheating scandal is honestly I think the lowest of the low. Hurley ended up standing by him and they stayed together for many years after, but did eventually end up breaking up. But strangely enough, even after putting her through all that, she still considers him to be one of her best friends decades later, with her posting a birthday post for him back in 2018. So I think it's safe to say that she might be one of the most forgiving people out there. Halfway through at number 5, David Letterman on Regina Lasko. David Letterman was only married for 6 months when he cheated, but even though they were only married for 6 months, they'd been together for 20 years before the marriage. He ended up cheating with his longtime assistant, and the whole affair was revealed when the assistant's boyfriend, who was actually a producer at CBS, tried to extort Letterman for him to keep quiet, asking $2 million for his silence. After the scandal broke, there was initial pain, but they did end up staying together, and Letterman has said that their relationship has never been better. Up at number 4, Jay-Z on Beyoncé. After Beyoncé released her bombshell album, Lemonade, fans got to learn that Beyoncé had been cheated on during their relationship, with someone Beyoncé referred to as Becky with the good hair. And of course, if you mess with Beyoncé, you're gonna get the full wrath of the Bayhive, and that's exactly what happened to Rachel Roy, who posted a photo to her Instagram after the album dropped, saying, quote, "Good hair, don't care," in the caption of that photo. And after people put 2 and 2 together, people figured Roy was the Becky Beyoncé was talking about. Although Roy ended up denying it, there's still a lot of speculation as to who this person is, with people guessing anyone from Rihanna to Gwyneth Paltrow. The cheating was again confirmed in Jay-Z's album 444, where he apologized to Beyoncé and their children, also confirming it again in another interview. And although we don't know what happened directly after the cheating, we know they stayed together and look to be happier than ever. In at number 3, Jesse James on Sandra Bullock. After it was revealed that Jesse had cheated on Sandra for years with several women, he basically became one of the most hated men in Hollywood. After it came out, he revealed he struggled with a sex addiction and ended up checking himself into rehab. At the same time, Bullock filed for a divorce. And while this was taking place, the couple was in the process of adopting a son. But after the relationship ended, Sandra continued the adoption process, which is really amazing of her. In at number 2, Nick Young on Iggy Azalea. This cheating scandal all started with the leaked recording as a result of a prank war. Basically, the Lakers were involved in a prank war when a video recorded by D'Angelo Russell was leaked, where Young admits to cheating on Iggy. After Young claimed it was all a lie, Iggy stayed with him. But then Iggy tweeted out of nowhere that their engagement was over because she found footage of him bringing other girls into their house. Then there was also a rumor that Nick got his ex-girlfriend pregnant while him and Iggy were together, and Iggy denied this as false right when it came out. But when it ended up being true, I'm sure that was the last straw for her. And finally at number 1, Woody Allen on Mia Farrow. This one is pretty strange and twisted and honestly feels like something out of a movie. But when Mia Farrow was with her first husband, she adopted a child named Soon Yi. Then after Mia Farrow split from Andre Previn, she ended up married to Woody Allen many years later when Soon Yi was much older. And then Soon Yi and Woody Allen ended up getting in an intimate relationship while he was still with Farrow. After this shocking revelation was made, there were abuse allegations, but they didn't result in anything. And Woody and Soon Yi ended up married. When asked about the relationship, Allen said, quote, "The heart wants what it wants. There's no logic to those things. You meet someone and you fall in love, and that's that." And I guess you can't help who you fall in love with, but this one is definitely unique, to say the least. Okay, so that's all for this list. Let me know your thoughts on who you thought had the worst cheating scandal. But what I really want to know is if you would stay with the cheater, because it seems like most of these women took the men back initially after the rumors, and I'm sure that confused a lot of people. But before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from James talking about all the recent drama video. So Heather said, "James is the only one that's acting like an actual grown-up. Jeffrey, Shane, and Tati need to realize that James is only 19. He is so incredibly mature, it's amazing, and I'm sure that's why he's so successful, honestly. It seems like after everything that's, happened to him in the past, he's really grown and changed from the whole experience, which is one silver lining to that whole bi-sister debacle." Then Anna said, "I think he shouldn't talk on anything until the drama cools down. Could be used against him. He is smart for saying that he has no comment on it." Completely agreed. Let them all fight it out, because right now Shane, Jeffrey, and Tati are all losing subscribers the last time I checked. Like crazy, like a lot. So if he just kind of stays out of it, he'll be better off for sure. Okay everyone, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way here, I really appreciate it. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram to be kept up to date with all the news and tea that you'll ever need to know. And I will see you all in the next one.